I've got to carry this across the road. So, if you could, I need you to start stacking everything in my arms. And that, yeah. And now that maybe just the turbo, just, no, not like that. That thing's gonna leak all over me. This isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. All right, hang on, unload. It's getting heavy. All right. Tetris with a turbo and an exhaust set. Who designed? Why don't they build exhausts in a straight line? You know, like they used to do with the old. You know, remember the old Chevy dumpers down the side of the door? Why can't you have them just exhaust straight? Just boom. That's it. That's what I want. Build me a set of them. That's what I want.
I can build you one, so it just comes out here.
Yeah. No, I want something that at least looks half legal. All right, off we go. Off we go, across the road. All right, in this episode, I take all the old exhaust parts, the old turbo, cost of our good mates over at Dynamotive, literally across the road. The new Koni exhaust have turned up, so we'll talk about them. We'll get them on the car, and we're going to have a look and see why my rear diff lock no longer works. So hopefully we'll get to pull that out. Obviously, get this over. Last episode for the year. We'll get some greetings, but for now, let's see if I can get across the road and do something a little bit more safely than I previously do. I'm lucky they're only 50 metres away. I'd be puffed out if they're down the end of the street. They're going to love this.
Hey bud.
Bought you some mystery bits.
I really don't want this here.
No, you'll notice that each pipe has a rag shoved inside of it.
Yep.
And whatever you do, don't take them out until you've got it somewhere safely. Oil is still continuing to pour out of the sink. Yep. Same as the turbo. I brought over this great Colossus mess.
Yep.
When we pulled this pipe off, about another litre of oil poured out on the ground.
Yeah.
And, oh look, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I gave you a call. We've already spoken about this with Paul.
Yep.
But he's got a new turbo.
Yep.
With me. And I asked you a question. Do you take this apart? Do you know where the oil comes from? Like, is it like, I asked, is there a seal? Is the seal missing for there to be that much oil?
No, they don't have a seal in these. It's a ball bearing style turbo. We use a Garrett turbocharger. And what we're actually going to replace is, because I'll get one of the guys to pull this apart. We'll pull off the comp cover.
Yep.
We'll pull off the turbine housing. We'll clean everything up. We'll clean up all the fittings and replace that. This is actually what we replace it with. It's just a centre part, which is called a CHRA.
Yep.
So we'll be replacing the CHRA, cleaning all of this mess up for you, and then giving it back to you, making sure that it's all lined up properly as well. Because these can actually turn. So the turbine housing can turn, and and so can the compressor housing can turn, and so can the turbine housing in the rear. Yeah. So we'll get it all set up, so you can take it back over, line it up, and bolt it straight back in.
Well, that's what I plan on doing tomorrow. Hopefully, if we get there.
As far as these goes, what we're going to have to do is drain all the oil out of them. So we basically let gravity do its work.
Yeah.
Drain them out, and we're going to have to. There will be oil and contaminant left in it. Then we'll burn it off on the dyno as well. It's the best way of cleaning it. Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky. It's not a DPF bottle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you are lucky.
A few little bends in that.
You're going to have to clean your inlet too.
Yeah, I know. I'll get to that. So we will. I've been told that the inlet's got to come off. We're going to do something there.
Yeah, the intercooler.
We won't be doing that tomorrow, but we'll certainly be working on that later. Now, what about pipes? Do you reuse them or?
No. Definitely not going to. Yeah, this has gone really porous, and you can see. If I just squeeze it, you can see all the oil actually coming out of it. So we've got replacement parts for all of this.
You've got all that?
Yeah.
The little pipes?
Yep.
Is that supposed to be moving around like that, or is that?
That style of fitting does move, yes.
It does, so that's fine?
Yeah, that one's fine, but we'll clean it up.
I couldn't believe how many there is, but look, I really do appreciate your help.
Absolute pleasure.
It's all dark voodoo to me. I thought automatic transmissions were dark voodoo, but when I pulled this completely redecorated the floor. I've gone through about 80 rags already, just trying to get it here as neat as I can.
Yep.
But I appreciate your guys' time.
Yep.
And thanks for getting me the turbo.
No, that's all right.
And
We're just glad we could get one of these before Christmas, because that is tricky.
Tight.
That's so tricky.
Well.
Pulled some strings.
And hopefully I'll see a trolley being pushed over tomorrow.
Yeah,
No,
good luck.
Come and get it. Thanks, mate. Good on you.
All right, thanks, guys. Whoa.
We're back on the car. I've got my thickest glasses on. Greg's giving me a hand. And geez, you've got some grey hair going on there, mate.
Yeah, well,
Look at that.
no.
How come one eyebrow's got more grey than the other?
Because I use Solvol to wash my hair.
Yeah, Solvol, wash
Bleaches
your hair.
it. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I got some presents. The Konis. My beloved Konis have turned up. We actually, as you know, previously sent off the rear Koni shockers to get them tested. And the results are that one was absolutely perfect. Not a problem. Matter of fact, when they tested it, it was still within complete spec. The other one, however, when they tested it, actually had a bent shaft. The whole shaft was bent on it. They said it was amazing that it wasn't actually leaking or anything like that. And but they put it in their machine. They've got a big hydraulic testing machine. They've got a couple of machines that they actually use to test it on. And they've got one that's a digital one. And then for these big Konis, because they are such a big unit, they actually put it into their commercial machine. She's a bit of an old girl, but she's actually pounded away on it. And actually, 75mm stroke. And there's a set speed that they tested on. And as the machine's going, you can actually see that it's actually printing out a torque versus, I think it's a torque versus speed. Right, and that can go off of that to tell you whether your shock's working or not. And this shock actually come up great. The other one was bent, so they did me a favour. They sent me out a brand new pair, and they sent me back the original one, and they said, keep it as a spare. It's absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with that, which is good for me because I've got a habit of smashing shockers. Yeah, and look at these. Look at these. These are monster shockers. I can't believe how big these are.
The shaft.
They're so bloody big, yeah. And that's why I love the Konis. I've got a good history with them. Well, in this truck alone, they've been around Australia probably 2 or 3 times.
And they can be rebuilt locally.
They can. Actually, I was surprised. These ones, the top actually dials out. They can actually take them out. They can rebuild them. They can adjust them. They can do all sorts of things. Now, you were talking to me before about did they adjust them? And I'm like, I don't know. How do I know?
Well, there's 3 settings on them. You depress them. Find the slot, and you've got 3 different settings, soft, medium and hard.
And I was joking with Greg because I'm sitting here going, I've got 11 leads. I don't think I would feel one setting from another, but I'm sure that there is a way of doing it. And maybe we'll look into that a little bit more. So let's get stuck into it.
Yep.
We're going to put all the Konis on, front and back.
I'm going to pull the wheels off first.
You do that, and I'll get started. The damage in the tank. And that's actually the shield that protects the tank is bent so much that it's actually pressing in on the tank. And that's not my first tank. This is actually my 2nd or 3rd tank now. They don't last long with me.
Why do you keep on denting them?
I don't mean to put. It's just the planet gets in the way. Me and Mother Nature have a thing. It wins every time. Oh yeah. These are I think it's easier to put the shocker up and then it's got to go through there. Couldn't be easy, could it? Man, these are an awesome shock. Oh, it misses out by 1 inch. Why does it miss out?
Oh, no, that's normal, mate. Now, what we do is, hang on.
I thought I should have stretched. Is that not how it works?
The shock absorber is what controls your droop.
Oh, right. You want me to go up a little bit? Or are you just going to use that?
Our pin's gone. It's all right. Hang on a sec.
Use a screwdriver. A big Phillips head, that's what I do. He says exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's my old favourite. You've got another hole there, yeah.
There you go. Screw him down a bit. You're going to wind it up, you want me to use the hoist?
No, We'll wind it up, it's safer.
Yep. There you go. It's coming, but we're lifting. No, it's off the hoist. Yeah, we're going to have to let it down. Maybe, I'll tell you what we'll do.
What's there? Oh,
Do it again. Oh, you're so close. Put another 3 kilos on, will you? We got it. That'll do. I reckon by the time I lean on it, she'll go. I'm trying not to be in the way. Yeah, come around here and flop that on for you.
hang on. We've got an issue here.
We just noticed that the old sleeve from the damaged shocker is actually still stuck on there, so we're just trying to get it off the,
That's going
the
to take
locating, I don't know what you call it, locating stud. Which is well and truly stuck on. Years of outback muck and grime and salt. Hopefully we don't have to heat it up to get it off.
Yeah, so do I. You got it moving?
No, not yet. Just trying to get it in there. Trying to pop that up out of the way. Here we go. Okay.
I love this thing.
It's this man with his favourite tools.
Oh, nothing like a good gas axe.
You're going to put the blower on it? You're just going to try it with that?
We'll just get some heat into it. I don't want to overheat it.
Won't need much. I can touch with this as you're going as well. Trying to put a hole in the Yokohama, alright?
Yoki's a copper. You give more heat on the road anyway.
Yeah, probably, yeah. She's going to have to get pretty hot. She's really, really stuck on there. Get a nice and cherry red. Tell me when you want me to give it a love tap.
What do you reckon you grab the vice grip and try and turn it first?
Yep.
When I get it hot.
I really wanted to hit it though. I like this. That's the vice grip slipping. Definitely is coming though. The old wash is copping it, but alright.
Yeah, moving.
Hey. You ready?
Yep. Yeah, keep going. That was, we were getting it.
Was it? Yeah, I was watching the car. The car's moving around a bit. Oh, you get it? Yes.
Done.
I dare you to pick it up. I just dared Greg to pick it up. Now I want to pick it up.
It'll be all right.
You watch. Oh man, that's hotter than what you think.
Hot.
Oh, what? Bit rough in a file for that.
Yeah, I've got one.
Grab a file and I'll give it a whip over.
Actually, you know, I've got something
one
better.
Hey?
I've got something better.
You got something better? Oh, well, that made light work of it, didn't it? Alright, let's see how far off. Alright, you ready? I'm just gonna... You ready?
Yep. On.
Oh, that was easy. Alright. Make sure she's not threaded. Here we go. Back him up. Alright, that's the back all done. They're such a flimsy attachment, aren't they? You'd think that they... Alright, to the front.
Okay. I'll do the, hang on. I'll do the hard
How
bit.
impossible that is. Oh yeah, you're going to do the hard bit.
Yeah. It's hard pressing this trigger.
There, get it right.
Have I got the right socket? Yeah, I have. Didn't have it on.
He was in the middle of showing off. Look what happened. Like, seriously, that's about 8 ugga-duggers. We're talking about, mates. I wouldn't trust most of these jobs on this car to anybody else but Greg. We've actually known each other.
And Daniel.
Hey?
And Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Yeah, Daniel does really good.
Which is my son.
Yes. We've got two father-son teams that work here.
That's right.
My son's here.
Yep.
And your son's here as well. But I've known Greg now for 40 years.
Yeah.
Just over 40 years. We're still together. We're still a team. And we've managed to get a set of shockers on. So,
What do you want to do next?
well, I'm still waiting. The boys are going to bring the turbo over soon, assembled, hopefully. And I think I want to see why this diff lock's not working.
Oh, yeah, well, you want to pull the centre out?
Why not? We might as well get it out and check it out anyway.
Oh, well,
worth a check.
I'll start pulling the caps off so we can get the axles out. They're floaters, so...
We're lucky. Check these out. To take the diff center out of this, supposedly it's supposed to be really easy. Because I've got the J-Max wide track diff, I only have to take the cap off, pull the axles out. I only need to pull the axles out probably, 200 mil.
Oh, we'll pull that off. Pull that off as
Pull the
well.
hub off. That's actually the spline for it.
Yeah.
So I actually don't have any spacers or anything like this. I swear by the J-Max diff, and I certainly don't get paid to say that. I've had trouble with bearings using spacers. They just put too much load on the bearings, so I shy away from them. So when I did actually do a set of bearings quite badly, the damage was so bad that we ended up having to cut the side of the diff off just to get the bearings and that out. And so what we did, we lost the housing, so we put the wide track housing in, which gave me the longer axles. Never had a problem since. And just for this reason, what we're about to do now makes life a lot easier. So pull them off, pull the axle out, we'll get going.
We'll pull the cap off and see how we go getting the axle out so we don't have to...
Well, I don't know whether the axle comes out by itself or that would be interesting. We're soon going to find out.
Oh, well, bigger hammer.
Alright. Get everything out of the way. See what comes out here, eh? I haven't actually checked this for this last trip, so it'd be interesting to see if there's any water in here.
Well, that'll come out first.
Maybe a little bit, but she's not actually in pretty good nick. Yeah, not too bad, but there is a slight trace in there, but I can't complain. Magnet's got a bit of gunk on it though.
Heavy
It
debris?
seems a little bit heavy, but no, nothing bad. It's fine, but certainly metallic-y. I can't tell you the last time it was actually being taken off, so that's the big secret. You can actually see all the metallics still stuck to my fingers. So it's probably a good thing that we're pulling the diff out. Just to have a quick look, I think. But there's the magnet. You expect to see some. Not too bad, but I can definitely feel like fine shards in it everywhere. And when I put it down and grab a rag, or even smear it around, and as I wipe it, see all the metal pieces, even the bit sticking out the top of my finger. I got a splinter! That was a silly thing to do. Look at all the metal pieces. So, let's see what we find. Oh, they're just tied on the... There we go. She's off. And, easy as that. Axle just popped out. Now I should be able to take hub off. And might pull that axle out just so no one's banging on their head on that thing. Alright, pinch Greg's favourite rag while he's not watching.
Oh, it's me purple one.
Not your standard pink one, you're going for the purple this time. Geez, they're a monstrous axle, these are. They're so heavy, but the splines are nice and straight.
And they're not made of plasticine either.
No, these
It's
are good
hard
ones.
stuff.
Is that? Yep, the splines are dead straight. There's virtually nowhere at all. These axles have been around Australia. Tyson, oh, you guys all know the punishment we put them through. So that's good to see.
Hey bud, how are you?
Good. What have you got for me?
Holy dooly, you put me under pressure, but we managed to get it done.
I do apologise for that. I really do. I know that we're only a few days off Christmas, and
Mate.
we're trying to get this out just before Christmas. And but how'd you go?
Yeah, good. Cleaned it all up for you. Obviously, like I mentioned yesterday, we're going to replace the CHRA,
Yep.
which is the centre part of this turbocharger.
Yep.
So the compressor housing, which is this one.
Yep.
Turbo housing, the turbine housing, which are your original ones that you brought over. All of those have been checked, cleaned up for you. They're all your original fittings as well. We've replaced the
But you don't need to change those unless there's something dramatically wrong.
That's exactly right. We did notice, because this particular kit does reuse a factory turbo drain hose.
Yeah.
For that.
I noticed that when I took it off, but I didn't know whether I did it, and I thought, how
That
could
there.
I have done it? No, that's just perishing.
Yeah, it's just perishing. So we've got a new one coming from Toyota, but it's Christmas.
No, exactly right.
Got replacement silicone hose for you
Excellent.
here as well.
No
so
worries.
it's everything to get it back bolted up to get you out of trouble.
That's all I need. I can put the exhaust on tomorrow or
Yep.
whenever and that. But so once I get this on, I don't have to take it off. It's just it's on.
Yep, that's it.
We've got a job to do, and I do greatly appreciate what you've done. When I went over this with this yesterday, he sort of wasn't expecting it, and Paul's smile sort of dipped a little bit from his normal level because he knew I was putting him under pressure. But to the team at Dynamotive, home of Unichip, of course, I greatly appreciate what they've done, and especially taking the time to help little old me out.
It's all right, mate.
No
We're going
worries.
in there in the end. I'll send my junior across with that exhaust system soon as well.
No, when you're ready, that's
Perfect.
done.
All right, thanks,
mate.
man. See ya.
I'd help you hold the nut on the back, but there isn't one. Studs. I'm sitting. Oh, okay.
Too far.
Too far?
Come back, come back. No, come back more. We're not on it properly.
Is that the last one or one more?
No, one more.
Right. Give us all those nuts and stuff, and I'll just put them.
There you go.
Put them in a different spot over here.
Got him?
Yep. Did that just move?
Okay.
Check these universal joints. I thought I saw it slide, but no. It's screwdriver.
Oh, it's hydraulicing. Hang on a sec. I'll pull the grease nipple out of it, out of the slip.
I think I need thicker glasses. Whoa! Trying to get the tar shaft out, she's a little bit tough to come out. So Greg's just taking the grease nipple out. And see all the grease coming out. Now the tar shaft come on. Look at that. Just hydraulic, a little bit over grease, you reckon? Or about normal. So you've seen that before?
No, well, I get that with the brand new ones, mate.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
there
like
you go.
that from with 7K on them.
Oh. Well, they weren't going to wear out. That's all good. No leaks. Everything looking really sweet there. This my mangled bash plate. Poor thing. I don't know why I keep straightening it for. It doesn't help. To give credit where credit's due, I just got off the phone from Brian from 360 Gearbox. They're over in Kilside, over here in Victoria. Now, I was asking him to give him a hint to see if he knew what might be going on, and he says it's quite common that the diff lock might not be working because the motor actually operates a fork, a throw fork, and that can bend. So we'll be certainly looking at that, so probably time we actually take this motor off. Because I'm not sure if it comes off with the diff head, so I think we might take it off. And we're certainly going to do something anyway. We've got a leak here and that, and got a bit of metal in there, so it's certainly
the
worth
centre's got to
out.
come out to be inspected anyway with that bit of metal in there.
All right. So you want me to? I'll hold the bolts.
Okay. Well,
You
all
do
right,
the rattling. Oh, he's got me a container.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Second smallest milk crate.
I got to say, world's smallest milk crate. Well, you got one smaller than this. Yes. Makes it nice and easy when two people working on it. We know what we're doing. Famous last words.
I never remember pulling one of these out before. I'm not having this drama. Oh, I might be thinking of the patrol.
What? You're trying to insult my car. Hey? Nothing wrong with patrols. Actually, your son's got one.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
His workmate's got one. Stuart's got one. One of the salesmen's got one. Who else has got one? What's Dave got? Oh, he's a Hilux.
Oh no, he's got a Jeep.
A Jeep?
He's got a Jeep.
Okay. Okay. We have a person that owns a Jeep. Well, I can't complain. My favourite car of all the time is the SRT Jeep Grand Cherokee. I love it.
Mate, you know what I've done a lot of four-wheel driving in? Believe it or not. I don't think you've ever seen it. A Tercel.
A Tercel?
Yeah. A Toyota SR5 Tercel.
What is it, a van or something?
No, it's sort of like a station wagon.
Oh, it's not a four-wheel drive.
It's four-wheel drive.
It is a four-wheel drive.
Mate,
on a road going forward, not a high.
I reckon I've done about 100 crossings of the Goulburn on that thing. People filming me, saying, "No, you'll never get through. You'll never get through." You asked him, he was there.
You got through.
I got through. 6-speed gearbox, but it's only got the second. It's got two first gears, and the when it's in four-wheel drive, you can use the granny first.
Granny first.
Yep.
So it doesn't have a transfer case then?
No.
No.
It's front-wheel drive when it's in two-wheel drive, and then and then rear-wheel drive.
Front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and you cross the shop. Oh, gee. Well, it goes to show you. Yeah. You know what you're doing, you can make anything
At
almost.
Wood Point, there's a whole crowd down there at Comet Flats, and I went to go up this massive steep hill, and they said, "There's no way you're ever going to make that." Well,
I need a soft knock. And it's not even cracked here, so it's not.
No.
There's not another hidden bolt.
I've never pulled one off.
I should ring Brian up again. Brian!
Yeah, why don't you? Before you break it.
The call of shame. Could be
your last one, we couldn't pull it apart. That's what I told him.
Yeah, no, that's because we had a twisted axle. We couldn't get the axle out, but
yeah,
this one, yeah.
That was welded together. That was.
Yeah.
We took it out with a gas axe, and even then it didn't come apart.
All right, we'll leave it with this. We'll have a bit of a play. If you disassemble I just thought I had to disassemble the actuator off first, but no.
Next time, give us some notice, and he'll be around there to help you. But we just couldn't do it today.
Oh well, doesn't matter. We'll give it our best shot. All right, thank you.
Okay, see you, Rod.
Bye. It's one of those things. If they were here right in front of us, they'd have it out in 2 seconds. You what? All right. That bit. Okay. Right, that moves a bit more, a lot more. Hang on. That's it.
All right.
Alright, now this is a job for don't squash each other's pinkies. Alright,
she goes.
Oh, right. That's it. Well, we got it out.
It was stuck on, the fork was.
Yeah, the fork was
stuck
just stuck on the housing.
Yeah.
Wow. Alright, look at that. Look at the marks. Around there. And around there.
That's what was jamming up. It was jammed on the fork.
Wouldn't let it go. How are the sprines inside there? They're alright?
Actually, it should be that way.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah, because we just dropped it out. Well, all the crown and pinion teeth look like they all there. Yeah.
There's a lot of metal in there.
Yeah, I think she needs to be sent away.
Yeah.
For I think the wise thing to do is to send it away and get it re-raced at least, and at least they can have a look at this. This could be past history, and they'll probably let them actuate. What they actually do, they can actually just use 12 volts. They actually turn around and actuate the actuator, and they can actually see it all moving and see if it's locking and that. But from our eye, everything looks to be a bit beaten up, but all the teeth are there. Everything's all good. I think we'll hand this over to Jackie and Brian from 360 and let them answer my phone, because that's what everybody needs to do. And I got oil all over my fingers. Better be good. Hello?
Yeah, Brian 360.
Hey,
Right there.
we got it out.
Did you find the 10 mil bolts on the fork?
Oh, no, we didn't have to. We did find it, but we actually got a screwdriver in there. We levered it across a little bit and it released it out.
And then
Right. Yeah, but there's enough metal in this thing. I think we need to bring it over to you guys. And obviously, it's not going to get done before Christmas. We understand that. We've got plenty to do, but better in your hands than ours. Get you to re-race it, and I'll send it over with the motor so you guys can test the actuator as well.
Yeah, we can do all that.
All right. Well, thank you for that. We are about to clean up this mess and start fitting the turbo. So,
Okay.
thank you, and thank you for ringing back.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thanks, mate. Bye. You know you're dealing with good people when they turn around and when they think of something, they ring you straight back. So, love them. Now I've got oil all over my phone, and it's diff oil. It's going to stink. Here we go. Here we go. Got that. You got it? Yep. Up in there.
Come around here.
You got it? Yep. All right. So this is going to take us a while to get it in. Very hard to film. There's obviously two pairs of hands. We're trying to get it all in there and that. Now, for anybody wondering whatever happened to the canopy and what we're doing, now, truth of the matter is, the last episode hasn't quite gone out before we started filming this one. So we won't know until the next episode, and we'll announce it then, what we're going to be doing with the canopy, who's going to be the lucky receiver of that canopy. But for myself, Greg, all the staff here at Wholesale Automatics, and we'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Have a great New Year, a safe New Year, and we'll catch up with you next year. And please like, subscribe. It's important to us to subscribe, and don't forget, get the bell on, and we'll see you in the next episode. How'd you go?
Done, mate.
Well, you've already got it in.
After 14 outtakes, mate, it's done.
Jeez, I'm not that bad, am I?